Sally and I have been happily married for 43 years. That's not bad out of 45. So, Sally, bless you, dear. I really appreciate all you've done with this and with me. The other lady that I would like to introduce that has kept me on the straight and narrow in the office, Kim Freeman. Everybody knows Kim. She is our office manager. Kim. Stand up, Kim. Yes, everybody wants to see you. Yes. Next, if it hadn't have been for the following people, I would not have probably made it through the first 6 months of my tenure as ID. I'd like for the board of directors of MUFON to come up here and be recognized. John and Marie, Chuck, Jan, Jim, Tom, Jim, Rob. I'm not giving them a plaque. No, I'm sorry. We're on a tight budget. These folks up here, Tom Dooley, Jan Harzan, Tom Whitmore, Rob Switek, and our newest board of director member, Marie Malzahn. Yes. She's the pretty one. Dr. Bob Wood standing behind there, and John Schusler, our ID emeritus, and Chuck Reaver. These folks have helped me immensely. I get 100 to 150 emails a day, and Chuck and Tom Dooley and John Schusler get about 140 of those. They have been a real blessing to me, and they've done a good job for me. Thank you guys so much. It's been wonderful, and I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
Thank you.
These are the ones that take care of all that we do. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's always fun. We're going to be having a lot of fun the next 2 or 3 days. The third day is the day that I'll be sleeping. Our theme this year is the cutting edge of ufology, or the cutting edge of investigations of UFOs. Our speakers will represent that. We have some of the best speakers coming up tonight and tomorrow and Sunday that it's really magnificent to have these folks here speaking for us. You know, one of the things that makes ufology exciting and MUFON are the volunteers. Do you know there's only 2 paid people in MUFON? Kim and myself. Everybody else in here is a volunteer and an outstanding job. To give you an example of what I'm saying, I'd like for all the regional directors and the state directors stand up, please. And remain standing. Don't hold your applause. Hold your applause. Now I would like for all the assistant state directors. No, keep standing. Everybody stand. Don't sit down. You can't eat. I'd like now for all the state section directors. Now all the field investigators. Now some of them sat down, but look around, folks, because all of these people are what make MUFON great. We dedicated our proceedings this year and the symposium to our volunteers. This is the workforce, the backbone, the strength of MUFON. Thank you all. As MUFON moves into the future, we are going to try and attempt to bring MUFON into the 21st century with the new technologies that are available. We want better communications with our state directors and all of our members. We want to be able to help them be more professional and efficient in what they're doing, which will also enhance what we're trying to do, and that's get to what? The scientific study of the UFO phenomenon for the benefit of humanity. That's what we're about. We will be developing and putting online next week our new website. It will be highly interactive. We'll have Facebook, Twitter. We will have our new forum. And Marie Malzahn will be helping us with our forum. We will be doing things that will allow us to get our archival information out to the public. So many times we have heard over the years that MUFON's the black hole of information. That's not going to be anymore. We're moving forward. We're going to let people know what we know, and what we know is a lot. You guys really know an awful lot. You may not think so, but you really do. We have decided to put our journal online, so it'll be electronic. You'll be able to pick it up on our website. We today voted to increase our hard copy journal to $50. The electronic issue will be $35, and if you want both, they're $55. Now, personally, I like the hard copy because it's pretty easy to read on the back porch and other places. so that I'm a hard copy guy. One of the features that we're going to incorporate into our new website will be webinars. How many of you are familiar with a webinar? I was talking to Rich Dolan and his wife, Karen, over there, and so I said, Rich, you know, you can sit at home on in your easy chair and we can have a seminar with you and have it all over the world. And I think that's something that we're going to really get into. And we're trying to increase our membership. We're trying to increase the membership so that we can provide more things for you. Research in the abduction field, research in the propulsion system. We want to do all of this research, but it's going to take dollars and money. Well, the same thing, I think. Dollars, and it's going to require us to get more members. That's going to be our charge for all of us. We want 4,000 members in the next year. Currently, we're at 2,700. But that's our goal, so everybody has to go out and really get 2 or 3 people's all. Our CMS, Jan Harzan, has been instrumental in that, and Tomas Carlson, who is here. Jan, thank you so much for that. Good job. That will be up and running tomorrow. Yeah, right. No, it'll probably be maybe a month to 2 months before we're able to get that up and running, but that will really be a benefit for us. We want to brand our name stronger. And coming from a rural area in Colorado, branding is pretty important to keep track of your livestock. Well, you know what? It's pretty important for any business to be branded so that we too know what we're all about. So we're going to have a centralized location for our credit cards. Yeah, sorry, Sally. For our calling cards. People will be able to buy all the same type of calling card. I lost mine. I guess that's still bothering me. Anyway, the calling cards will be available at a very low price, and we'll all be able to use them, and we'll all be recognizable wherever we go. We'll be just like Target or the Golden Arches. We want everybody to know when they think of UFOs, what? MUFON. That's exactly right. We want MUFON to be the name. We also are starting our own radio show, and Rick Wood from Audio Martini is the individual that we're working with. We will have it interactive with our website, and we will have all the speakers that we can get, archival information on the radio show. We intend to get that syndicated, and everybody that's in radio knows that that's not an easy task. But within a year, we'd like to be able to do that. This will increase revenue for us too, provide us the funds to do the research that we need to do to help everybody discover what the UFO phenomenon's about. One of the sad things that happened, our new journal editor, Janice Curry, what an excellent editor she is. She had the last 3 or 4, yes, thank you, yeah. Janice was coming to the symposium, but guess what happened yesterday afternoon? She hurt her back, she can't fly. She couldn't even ride in a car. So Janice is not going to be with us. But she sends her love, and she's excited about what she's doing. She loves the CMS. She loves to be able to do what she's doing, and she's a real credit to MUFON. We want to thank Janice for all that she has done. Tonight I would like to start the awards. We have 4 awards that we give every year. Our first award this year will be for the Volunteer of the Year Award for MUFON. This was a very difficult situation because there are so many really great volunteers. MUFON is blessed with volunteers. But tonight we would like to honor this person because of the things that they have done. They financially support MUFON. But more importantly, they physically, by their activities. This gentleman has done an outstanding job of doing work for MUFON. As a matter of fact, he was involved with the manual, Field Investigator's Manual, designed the test, and grades the test by hand. But he's also in the process of helping us to put our test on the website. So those things are happening. At this time, I would like for David. Anybody know what I'm going to say? MacDonald. David, come on up, David. David, how come you sat in the back? Yeah, well, I'm sure sorry about that. There's some stairs over here, David. Here's the plaque that David will get. It says, MUFON thanks you for your untiring and dedicated efforts in our discovery of the UFO phenomenon. Your efforts will bring discovery of the greatest enigma of mankind. Volunteer of the Year 2010.
Sir, I am... tell you. If you think the government can keep secrets, I would have at least dressed proper. But I'm humbled, I'm honored, and thank you very much. I very much appreciate it.
Thank you, David.
You're quite welcome, sir.
Field investigators, they are the ones so many times go out and check on lights in the sky. Oh, lights in the sky. What was it somebody said this morning at one of the meetings? What'd you call them, Jan? Something about, maybe you can't say it, but the lights in the sky are the tough ones. The good ones are the ones we want. But this person that we selected as Investigator of the Year not only is a top investigator, but the person is also involved with MUFON, helping all of us become better and helping her state become better, because she is also a state director. She's done over 86 investigations herself. She has given 50-some investigations to 11 other investigators. That's important, that the investigations be passed around to all of the investigators. It's easy for us to pick one. I have done that. We really like it because that person's good. But we need to get all of our people involved. This lady, Christine Dickey, has been doing that, and we select her as Investigator of the Year. You didn't sit in quite as far back. By the way, Christine is also a trophy bride.
My knees don't work yet.
Okay. All right. Christine, this is MUFON thanks you for your untiring and dedicated efforts in our discovery of the UFO phenomenon. Your efforts will bring discovery of the greatest enigma of mankind. Christine Dickey, Investigator of the Year.
Thank you very much. I'm really surprised. Want me to say a few words?
There you go.
I wanted to thank Mr. Clifford Clift, Chuck Reaver, and all the other gentlemen and ladies on the board. I want to thank each and every one of you who, like me, you know, this is a job that is pure love. And I wish MUFON many more years to come, and hopefully together we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. You need some help?
Yeah.
John will help. Thank you, Christine. Every year, the symposium is put on by a state, wherever we might be. Next year, we will be in Orange County, Irvine, California, with Jan Harzen and his group. The year after, we'll be in Kentucky, or Cincinnati, or somewhere along the river between those. In the river, probably, yes. But Colorado has done an excellent job, and I would like for Leslie Barnacle to come up and receive this plaque for all the good things you've done again this year. Leslie is our state director for Colorado, and have we danced before? Yes. So for hosting the symposium this year, Leslie, I would like to give you this award plaque for all the hard work your Colorado MUFON has done. And
thank you very much.
You bet. And would you like to say anything?
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to thank my entire crew in Colorado because, hey, they just beat me up. They're the ones that do the work. So stand up. Come on, stand up. Colorado crew, stand up. Come on, come on. Come on, everybody. Come on, come on, come on. Because you guys are the ones that work hard to make this go. I'm the one that's in the back room there in pain.
4 stood up, and I know there's at least 15 out there. Yeah. Thank you, Leslie. The next award that we're going to give is our Excellence in Ufology. And I would like for John Schuster to come up, who was a recipient of our award, and present our new, excuse me. Come on up here, John. I just had to choke. So there you are.
Thank you, Cliff. It's a real pleasure to be able to award this particular person tonight. So the suspense is great? Well, it should be, because he's a great guy. The 2010 MUFON Award for Excellence in Ufology goes to Bud Hopkins. Bud Hopkins is a world-renowned artist, author, and pioneer UFO abduction researcher. He exemplifies what a UFO researcher should be: dedicated, serious, thorough, professional, and he's a very nice person as well. It is surprising, though, that he became interested in UFOs at all, because in 1938, as a youth, he vividly remembers the famous Orson Welles' War of the Worlds radio broadcast. His mother was terrified. He was terrified. And she was crying, expecting they were all going to die. He was relieved when it was over and this thing was exposed as a hoax. Nevertheless, it did influence his thinking for years to come. The few times he paid attention to UFOs in the news items, such as his major UFO flap years like 1947 and 1952, he quickly dismissed them as hoaxes. He didn't really become interested in the UFO phenomenon until he and two others had a daylight sighting near Truro, Massachusetts in August 1964. But it was not till 1975 that he carried out his first major investigation, which involved a UFO landing and an occupant incident in North Hudson Park in New Jersey. Shortly thereafter, he became interested in concentrating on the investigation of the UFO abduction phenomenon. Bud is one of ufology's most visible figures. He has delivered hundreds of UFO lectures in this country and around the world. He has worked with more than 1,000 people who have reported abduction experiences. In 1989, he founded the Intruders Foundation, a nonprofit organization that provides sympathetic help to those reporting UFO abduction experiences and carries out research into the abduction phenomenon. Bud's the executive director of the Intruders Foundation. He has appeared on hundreds of television and radio programs and has received serious commentary in many mainstream news publications. Newspaper articles covering Bud's research and his many lectures are just too numerous to count. Bud has authored a series of books documenting the outcome of his work. His first book, Missing Time, 1981, was followed by Intruders in 1987, Witnessed in 1996, Sight Unseen in 2003, and the final book, the new one in 2009, is Art, Life, and UFOs. If you haven't gotten it, you need to read it. MUFON has held an annual UFO Symposium for the past 4 decades, and it has been a pleasure to have Bud speaking at 13 of these events. He was scheduled to be here again this year, but health issues forced him to cancel. Nevertheless, we know he's here in spirit. So it's with great pleasure that the 2010 MUFON Award for Excellence in Ufology goes to Bud Hopkins. And I'll be receiving that for Bud and making sure he receives it.
Thank you, John. Bud was very sorry that he was unable to make it this year, but his health will not allow him to travel the distance it needed to come here to Denver. He's sorry about that, but the award is well deserved. Giant in the field, along with John Schuessler. I do have an announcement to make. Donald Schmidt was trying to leave Wisconsin and apparently the airport was shut down because of flooding runways and rain, so he will not be able to make it. Kevin Randall will be speaking in Donald's place. And for the luncheon tomorrow, Robert Lelourve will be presenting the Omega-3 project that he has done all the research on with his committee on abductions. It is a tremendous report, and he's done an outstanding job. This will be the first group that has heard the research that's come from these people. So sorry about the changes. We have no control over health or weather, the Wascoy Webbit. So that's the changes. Now I would like to bring up, by popular demand, our MC this year, John Greenwald.
Well, thank you, Clifford. Congratulations, too, on your new position. It's an honor for me to be back, so thank you for inviting me back. Thanks to all the MUFON members who, if you were here last year and you filled out that survey, you probably and hopefully didn't say anything too bad, because here I am back again through the weekend. So I appreciate you taking the time to fill out those surveys. I'm going to take a wild guess and think and say that they may have some more this weekend. So as you see, the speakers definitely take some time to fill those out. With that being said, I know some of you are still finishing up your your desserts, feel free to do so. We're going to need about 5 minutes or so to reset for our speaker this evening, Richard Dolan, who will be up in about 5 or 6 minutes. So feel free to relax, talk, and we'll get started in about 5 or 6 minutes.